Today is going to be an epic video. I have for a long time wanted to know which impact gun is the absolute best. Now, this is my OG impact gun. You guys know, if you've watched my other videos, I've been a DeWalt guy for a long time. Not because I have any sort of preference to their tools per se, but just because I have a ton of the batteries, and the batteries are what kill you when you're buying power tools. So this is my OG impact gun. This thing is super heavy. It's worked good. I haven't had any issues with it, but it's just heavy. You add one of these big batteries in it and the thing just weighs a ton, doesn't get into tight spaces good. And so I decided if I have this question, you guys must have this question too. So here's what we have. We have the Ryobi 18 volt. We have the Ridgid 18 volt. We have the new DeWalt stubby atomic 18 volt. We have my OG DeWalt 18 volt. And then the two I'm most excited about, we have the 12 volt Milwaukee Fuel 1/2 inch and the 12 volt Milwaukee Fuel 3/8 drive. Everything up here is brand new. Everything up here has a fully charged battery. And before we do this test, I'll show you just that every single battery is charged. So we're getting a nice, even comparison to everything. Every battery is charged. And we are gonna do our very best to get the most accurate information to you guys and for myself. So I'm gonna keep one of these. I'm partial to keep the DeWalt one, but what I really hope outperforms everything is the Milwaukee 12 volt 1/2 inch, because when I bought this, I already have a few Milwaukee tools, but I did buy two brand new 3.0 batteries to test these. So everything is brand new with a brand new battery. The OG gun is obviously old and it's using an old battery. The new DeWalt Atomic is brand new with a brand new battery, and everything else is brand new with the batteries fully charged. Here's what we have. I built a hitch to go into the truck so that way we can impact everything on, check the brake force on each one, see which one is stronger. We have 7/8 bolts that have been welded to 1/4 inch by 2 inch square stock into a receiver. I just have it mounted in here with a little clamp because I didn't want to drill through 1/4 inch stock for no reason. We're going to be impacting these on, and then we're going to be testing the brake force of each one of these to see which one is stronger. Now here's how these line up. The Ryobi is supposed to have 600 foot-pounds of breakaway torque. The Ridgid has 650 pounds of breakaway force. The DeWalt is actually the lowest, which I was kind of surprised at 450 pounds of breakaway force. This guy has a ton. This is, I believe, 700 pounds of breakaway force, but I'll get back to you. If that's wrong, I'll correct it later in the video. And here is why I am really excited about these. This is a 12 volt, super lightweight, super compact. This is Milwaukee's fuel system at 550 pounds breakaway force, and even the 3/8 drive is supposed to be at 550 pounds breakaway force. So I have the boxes up so you guys can see everything is new. It has never been used. You can see these suckers even have the stickers on them still. Everything up here is brand new, minus the OG, right? She's old. And this is going to be, I think, the most fair comparison video and the best way to do this that you guys are going to find. Also, if you haven't already, now is a great time to like and subscribe. It's not cheap to make these videos, especially when you're buying power tools. Every one of you that likes and subscribes really helps me out a ton. I'm trying to grow this channel and I can't do it on my own. It costs you nothing to hit the button, but these power tools definitely cost me something. So go ahead and hit that button. Let's get to it. I want to give you guys a height measurement so we can begin to see the difference between all of these. So this is all of them standing up. Both of the DeWalts are on 9 volt or 9 amp hour flex volt batteries, and both the Ridgid and the Ryobi are on the 18 volt batteries that they came with. So first, I want to give you a height comparison here. The Ryobi measures up at about 10 inches. The Ridgid measures the same, about 10 inches. The DeWalt measures a little taller at about 11 1/4 inches. The OG big boy DeWalt, she's tall, I would say just shy of a foot. The Milwaukee is just a little guy at about 9 1/2 inches. From a height comparison wise, the Milwaukee is smaller, like tremendously smaller, right? Like it is a big difference in height on the Milwaukee. You can see it when we stack it up next to each one of these, how much smaller it is. And again, I am kind of rooting for the Milwaukee just because I want an excuse to keep it. But I think it's gonna be really, really cool to have if it actually performs like I think it will. Next thing I wanna talk about is ergonomics. Which one of these feels the best in your hand, right? So the Ryobi doesn't feel bad. I'll be honest, it has these nice finger grooves in it. I kind of like how that feels. It's really comfortable to hold that Ryobi. The Ridgid is probably my least favorite as far as ergonomic goes. It's just a straight kind of pistol grip. It's not really that comfortable. The DeWalt is a little more comfortable because it has a little shape to the handle there, right? So it feels a little more natural, and also feels a little more comfortable just because it's something that I've used a bunch. I don't need to test this one because it's the same grip and I've used it a bunch. Believe it or not, the Milwaukee feels pretty good because it has this deep cut in the back here, and you'll notice none of the others really have that deep cut like the Milwaukee has right there. Definitely feels the best as far as ergonomic goes. Number 2 choice, believe it or not, would be Ryobi. This is really comfortable to hold in your hand. Just as comfortable as the Milwaukee, maybe a little more, but this weight-wise and size-wise is what makes it feel really good. All right, so let's move on to the next test. Here is our 32 millimeter impact socket. We are gonna start with the Ryobi, and what we are gonna do is we are going to go full torque on all 4 of these, and we're gonna go down the line and we're gonna test each one. We're gonna see if the Ryobi puts it on, can the Ridgid take it off? Can the DeWalt take it off? Can the Milwaukees take it off? First test is gonna be with the Ryobi. We're gonna impact all 4 of these on, and then we're gonna see which ones can break it loose. Let's get started. Up first is the Ridgid 18 volt. Let's see what it's got. Ridgid takes it off, no problem. DeWalt 18 volt, fully charged. Let's see if it can take it off. The DeWalt got it off. Seemed like it had a little bit more of a hard time than the Ridgid, but it's off. This is the one I'm most excited to try. This is the 12 volt Milwaukee. Let's give it a try and see how easy it takes it off. No problem. This thing is impressive. Man, look how little it is. It weighs nothing, but it took it right off with ease. No issues at all. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the adapter for the 3/8 Milwaukee to go to 1/2 inch. So this one, we're just gonna have to assume it says it has the same horsepower. The only thing different on this is the drive. So we're gonna give it the benefit of the doubt that this one is just as strong. If I can end up getting an adapter, I'll add this in at the end. Very last test, we're gonna see if the Ryobi can break itself free. No problem. I'm impressed with the Ryobi. I am. I'm not a fan of Ryobi, but I'm impressed with how this tool is performing so far. Next up is the Ridgid. We're gonna go ahead, impact these 4 on, and see what can break them free. First up is the Ryobi to break free the Ridgid impact. Ryobi, no problem. DeWalt. No problem. Back to the little guy, the 12 volt. Let's see what it's got. No problem. Probably came off the easiest with this one. Back to the Ridgid, see if it can break itself free. No problem. Moving on to the DeWalt, impacting all 4 on. First up, Ryobi versus DeWalt. No problem. Still impressed by Ryobi. Next up, the Ridgid versus DeWalt. Again, no problem. Back to the little guy, 12 volt Milwaukee. No problem. Now, back to DeWalt to break itself free. No problem at all. On to Milwaukee. We're going to impact it on with the Milwaukee and see how this does with impact force and see which ones can break it free. And this was the start to my problem with the Milwaukee. You can see I'm squeezing the trigger, nothing's happening. I thought, well, maybe it's just a fluke. Messed with it for a minute. Did end up getting it working to get this last bolt impacted on. But as you're going to see here in just a minute, this was just the start of my problem. Next up, Ryobi versus Milwaukee. No problem. Ryobi still doing good. Ridgid versus Milwaukee. Ridgid, no problem. DeWalt versus Milwaukee. Got it off. A little bit of a struggle at the beginning, but it still broke it free. Milwaukee versus itself. No problem. Now, here's what I'm excited to see. This is DeWalt's big impact gun. This is used. This is my OG. I've had it for a long time. It's done work. Let's go ahead and impact these things on and see if any of these can break free the full-size impact gun. First up, Ryobi versus the DeWalt Big Boy full-size impact gun. This is nice even comparison since this is Ryobi's version. Let's see what it does. Ryobi, no problem. Ridgid. No problem. DeWalt versus DeWalt. This is stubby versus full size. Well, it did it, but it was not happy about it. Barely got that off. The moment I have been waiting for. This tiny little 12-volt impact gun versus the full-size DeWalt. Is this gonna break it free? I don't know what's going on here. I have it in the highest mode I can be in. It just keeps shutting off on me. No matter what mode I try. So I'm not sure what's going on here. I just keep getting these flashing lights and this keeps shutting off. So I'm gonna try again. Okay, so from what I can tell, it's going into a fault mode. Maybe I'm demanding too much torque or the battery couldn't supply enough. So I had a 3.0 battery in. I have a 6.0 battery in now. I don't think that's gonna make much of a difference, but let's give it a try. Still getting the same exact thing. In every mode I try, I still get that same exact thing. This should break this free. All of the other ones did it, and this says this has 550 pounds of brake force, but I'm just not getting it. I don't know what's going on. It just keeps going into fault mode. Now I have nothing on the trigger. Oh, there's a little something there. This is brand new. This is the first time this has been used. We're back after about 10 minutes in the freezer. What I looked up online is it looks like it's going into thermal protection. So I put it in the freezer for 10 minutes. Let's see if that got it cool enough to where we can try to get this bolt off. I'm using a brand new, fully charged 3.0 XC battery. I'm gonna switch to the XC 6.0 battery, see if that makes any difference. I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it wants to work. Seems like something's broken in here. It should be cooled off enough. I don't know if it's a bad trigger issue. Oh, there's a little something. But again, this is brand new, fresh out of the box. This is the first time it's ever been used. Milwaukee, I'm pretty bummed out on this. I was really hoping that I was gonna hold on to this tool and keep it, and it just doesn't seem like it's that way. All right, so here are my final thoughts on these. The Ryobi shocked me. It performed better than I thought it would. The grip, the ergonomics on it are really nice. The Ridgid was the most uncomfortable to hold, but felt like it was one of the strongest. The DeWalt, I like it because it's little. It's a real small, stubby gun, and it's still, you know, can use all my existing batteries. If you guys haven't seen this video right here, you know I'm a DeWalt guy. Go and check that out. I have a lot of DeWalt tools. I am partial to them. But lately, I have really been using a lot of Milwaukee's 12-volt line. Now, I was really, really disappointed with this Milwaukee impact gun. I wanted to keep this. I had really high hopes for it. I thought it was going to work really well. And when it did work, it did work. But like you guys just saw, it's going into some sort of thermal protection mode, or it's broken. I don't know exactly what's wrong with it, but it has a brand new battery in it. It's a brand new tool, fresh out of the box. First time this has been used, and it keeps going into some sort of shutdown protection mode. Even now, if I give it gas, or if I pull the trigger, it's gonna come on and then shut off. So and there it is. So it'll come on for a second, and then it just goes into this mode to where all of the lights are flashing here, and then I just get nothing. I thought maybe it was overheating. It doesn't feel hot. I put my temperature gun on it. It's not hot on the inside. I blew air through it to try to cool it down. I put it in the freezer for 10 minutes. I swapped it out to a bigger battery. I did everything I possibly could to give this the best possible chance. Now, it says it has 550 foot-pounds of torque busting capacity. Now, when I was using it and it did work, it felt as though it broke the bolts free just as good as any of these other ones, except the big boy here, obviously. It felt like it broke everything free just as good. The downfall, or the bummer, is, like, why is it broken already? This is the first time I've even tried to use it, and look, like, nothing. Nothing's happening here. So I've tried it in every mode, every which way. Maybe one of you guys, you know, leave a comment. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but as far as I know, when I'm using a power tool, I just push the button and, you know, generally it works. I tried the 3.0 battery, the 6.0 battery, the 2.0 battery. I tried every battery that I could, and it quit working. So that's a bummer. This is, you know, a good, honest review. I think it's a good, practical, real-world review of how this works. The DeWalt has the lowest here of 450 foot-pounds of max breakaway. It honestly felt really good. There was a couple times where I wasn't sure it was gonna go, but it did. If I was personally going to pick one of these, as much as I want it to be this Milwaukee one, and I even tried to call stores and go buy another one to see if it was gonna work, but none of the stores around me had it in stock, and I'm not gonna drive the 40 minutes to Home Depot to pick up another one. So, you know, is what it is here on this. You know, you can see it's still not coming on no matter what I do, no matter what mode I put it in, it just doesn't work. So that sucks. If I had to pick one, it would probably be the DeWalt, because I have the big DeWalt gun, and the only reason I would even choose this gun is just because I would have, you know, a stubby version of the big guy right here to get into tight spaces. Size-wise, for me, this is why I would choose the DeWalt one. Size-wise, it's fairly close to the Milwaukee. You can see here the actual body is the same. The DeWalt is just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer, right? Not much, about 1 inch longer. And to be quite honest, I have never purchased a brand new DeWalt tool and had it break, ever. as much as like I do want to just be done with my DeWalt tools and I would like to switch over to Milwaukee because I think they have more options, they have more tools. I would like to switch over to Milwaukee. I really like their 12-volt stuff, but it just seems as though, you know, to pull something right out of the box and not have it work, out of all of the DeWalt tools I've had over years, and there it is, dead again. Over years and years, you know, since I was 17, 18 years old, I've never had one just come out of the box and break like that. That sucks, Milwaukee, if you're watching. You're probably not, but if you are, that really bums me out because that is a great unit. I mean, it's so comfortable and it's nice and light, and it just seems like it would be so good to use, but look, just nothing happens. Why? Anyways, I didn't use the 3/8 version because I couldn't find an adapter to fit the big impact socket that I was using. In my opinion, all of these guns are great guns. Even the Milwaukee, even though, you know, I'm hoping I just got a one-off that broke, I really think all of these are great guns. I thought the Ryobi worked good, the Ridgid, the DeWalt, all of them I thought were really good. Right now, my choice would be, if I was gonna keep one of these guns, it would be the DeWalt, the Stubby. I already have a ton of their batteries. And let's be honest, if I'm gonna need an impact gun, I probably want the extra power that's gonna come with the 18 volt, or the 20 volt in this case. So I would probably end up keeping this. Plus I do like that it has a light feature that I can turn on. That's kind of cool. So, you know, even if I'm not using it, I can just have the light on. This is the only one that has that feature, and I do think that that is really cool. And it can operate off the smaller batteries as well, which is nice. Whereas this, I'm only gonna be able to operate off the 12 volt, and it's virtually the same size. So in my opinion, I would end up keeping the DeWalt because that's the platform that I'm currently using. And the Milwaukee broke right out of the box, so that sucks a lot. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Trying to build the channel. I need you guys to like and subscribe. It's free to do. Just press the dang button, and I can continue to make videos like this, giving you guys my honest opinion, showing you cool things I build around my house. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.